Good afternoon. We are so happy that you joined us today for the virtual subs and sandwiches. My name is Veronica Douglas. I'm excited to be here with you today. Every year we participate with the subs and sandwiches, and last year we were actually in our building together and we did some roundtable discussions. So although I can't see you today, I know that I have met many of you in person, and I look forward to helping all of you. I brought a special guest with me today, and I will let him speak in just a moment. Just as a reminder, the session is being recorded and it's going to be available on the Houston MBDA YouTube channel. If you have any questions, you're going to submit them through the Q&A feature, and Jessica and Mark will let us know what those questions are. Your Houston MBDA team is the best in Texas. You have Deidre Sutton, she's a business advisor. Mark Praigg is also a business advisor who is retiring and waving and smiling. And you have Jessica Vasquez, who is the office manager. Just awesome to work with. Great team. There's their information down at the bottom if you need to talk to them. All right, so today we're going to talk about HCC procurement and the Small Business Development Program. And we're going to have a brief overview, and then we'll have some Q&A at the end. So our agenda is, you're going to meet the team. I'm going to have Joe introduce the team to you. We're going to talk a little bit about vendor registration, the news you all should know, the current and upcoming bid opportunities. I'm going to give you a look at that. And then we're going to talk about the Texas Best Small Business Development Program. That's the one at HCC. We're going to talk a little bit about that and how you can get involved. So we're going to start up with Joe, and he's going to introduce the team.
Hello, everyone. Virtual subs and sandwiches. Who would have thought, huh? This is a great opportunity for procurement to make everyone aware of some procurement operations, some procurement items that we have or look to acquire in the future, and of course, our small business development program. I look forward to doing these in person because, as you can see, I like to eat. So in the near future, I want to get back in person, get things back to normal. So I'd like to share a little bit of the structure of my team. I am the executive director of procurement there on top. We have a procurement operations group, which is led by Christopher Burton. He has two individuals that report to him. We have an open position as a third, but they handle generally the contract administration, the contract, putting together contracts and moving those through the process. We have the strategic sourcing group led by Carrie Doucette. Carrie has quite a staff. We have several senior buyers, we have buyers, and we have procurement assistants, all of which handle the solicitations that go out and everything that goes along with that. Those are your kickoff meetings, questions and answers with vendors, and everything of that nature. And then, of course, we have Veronica Douglas, our Small Business Development Program Manager, who is top-notch, one of the best, always pushing us to get out there in the public and do what we can. Veronica, you want to take it from here?
All right, so the first thing, as promised, we're going to talk about is getting registered as a vendor. I know it sounds so redundant, but I can promise you that the majority of you have not done it. About a week ago, Jessica sent me the RSVP list. It had about 100 names on it. We found less than 15 people were actually on our vendor list. It's easy. Go to our website. The website is listed here, and Jessica will send out the presentation. Go to the website, click register as a vendor. You could advance one slide, Jessica. Once you click register as a vendor, this is where it gets kind of tricky. There's 3 options that you can take at the bottom. Each one of those options, if you're in the system, is going to bring you in the system, regardless of if you look it up or if you try to register or if you're just trying to view something. Click into those options to see if you exist. Go ahead, that's fine. I actually took it upon myself to look up the vendor on the screen, which I think it says Sealy something. My eyes are bad. Which was a registered vendor for today. Now they have a really good vendor application. I put some arrows on the screen to point out a few things to you. And that first block at the top, there's a lot of tabs across the top that say, comments, public profile, report, compliance, insurance. None of that has anything to do with your vendor application at HCC. That is all through the B2G system. None of that comes through to the HCC vendor portal. That first arrow, you can see that they have a vendor application on file, and it's actually good until I think 2024. The commodity code section is the second part of the vendor application. This is extremely important. This particular vendor did a good job, and they selected commodity codes for everything that they can provide. Even if it's a service or a commodity that you cannot provide, maybe you're interested in knowing about it, you can register for that code. Registering as a vendor doesn't do anything other than getting you notifications of bids. Also, make sure that you have your contact information up to date in the system. If you don't, you won't hear from us. After 2 years, these applications expire. You can go to the next one, Jessica. So this is a look at Sam's Word. They were also a registered participant today, and they don't have a vendor application on file. So you can see the difference. One thing you need to note when you enter the system is that the HCC logo is going to be in that left-hand corner. If you don't see that HCC logo, you're not in the system. If you've gotten emails from us about coming to events or participating in seminars and things along that nature, but you've never received an email about a bid opportunity, it's because you don't have a vendor application on file. And again, they expire after 2 years, so make sure that you keep it up to date. This is a look at our website, hccs.edu/procurement. On our website, we list all the current bids. You can go one forward, Jessica. So this is a look at actually what is on our website today. So we have an RFP out, RFP 2138. That's for solid waste and recycling services. RFP is different from an RFPC or an IFB or an RFQ. RFP is a request for proposal. We have a problem and we're asking you to help solve it. There's going to be evaluation criteria in that solicitation, and it's not going to be based on price, awarded based on price. It's going to be awarded based on the evaluation criteria. Some of that evaluation criteria may be small business participation, execution plan, or references. We have an RFPC, which is for plumbing equipment and supplies. And what the RFPC is it's a RFP for commodities. That's due June 24th. We have an RFPC 2148 for commercial drones. Again, that's an RFPC, which is an RFP for commodities. RFPC 2143 is Cisco network equipment replacement and new network equipment purchase for the West Houston expansion. Again, that's an RFPC for commodities. We have an RFPC 2152, audio and recording equipment, accessories, and related items. All of these can be downloaded from our website, and then you have until the time listed on the right to respond. You must respond in a hard copy submission. We have RFP 2151, which the pre-bid meeting is happening today. Comprehensive compensation study. Although you missed the pre-bid meeting, you can still participate in the bid. I suggest that you go online and find out who attends the pre-bid meeting. And if you're a certified small business, reach out to them or see if you can partner. We have an RFQ, which is a request for qualifications for building envelope consulting services. We have another RFQ, request for qualifications for retro commissioning and commissioning services. Requests for qualifications are going to be based on your qualifications of your firm when you're submitting. And then we have an IFB, which is an invitation for bid. We're selling approximately 30 acres of land, and that's going to be based on price. We actually have classes that we put on to teach about the different solicitation methods. So you'll want to make sure that you register as a vendor and sign up on our constant contact so that you can stay in the loop with the trainings that we're giving. 2 of our upcoming procurement opportunities, and these change all the time. We have one coming up for informal quotes for ice machines, maintenance and repairs, and a request for proposal for third-party administrator for 403B and 457 plans. If you're interested in these two particular projects, please just send me an email and let me know. That way that we can make sure that you're included when that solicitation goes out. The other ones, you can go to the website, download that information, as well as register as a vendor. At HCC, we have a catering program called America to Go. If you're a caterer, all of our on-site catering is managed through America to Go. Vivian Borden is our program manager. What she'll do is she'll come out, she'll take a look at your site, she'll obtain your insurance and your menu and pricing from you, and then you'll be inserted into a portal where all of the HCC employees can purchase food from you. There's no more P cards, no more quotes. Everything is managed through the system. Now, the system is free to you until an order is placed. And once an order is placed, you're charged a fee through the program. If you have any questions about that, you can reach out to Vivian or myself. One of the other things that's on our website is our procurement plan. Go ahead, one more, Jessica. The procurement plan is issued in January of every year, and what it is a snapshot of all of our upcoming planned out procurements. It's not nearly half of the procurements that go out, but it's a fluid document, and it's prioritized by month, so you can go out there and take a look at it. Go forward, one more, Jessica. What I did was I kind of looked through the RSVP for the registrants for today, and I looked at some projects that may be of interest to some of the participants. However, please still go back out to the website and see if there's anything that's of interest to you. But some of the projects that are coming up that may be of interest to people that are participating today, IT recycling program, structured cabling services, electrical maintenance services, moving and office relocation services, print and mailing services, acreage tractor mowing services, and security guard services. Again, you'll want to register as a vendor if you're interested in these and select as many commodity codes as you can associated with these projects, so that way you get a notice. Okay, you can move to the next one. All right, a little bit about the Small Business Development Program at HCC. We have a 35% overall small business goal. We don't recognize hubs because we're not a state agency. We recognize 6 local certifications here. We don't certify, we just recognize the certifications from those agencies. This past fiscal year, we exceeded our 35% goal. We're proud to say that we had some small businesses come on site and provide vaccinations for students and staffs. We also bought a lot of PPE and computer IT equipment from them. You can go to the next one. So this is a look at the certifications that we recognize when you're bidding on a project with HCC. We changed our point structure a few years ago to give 2 small businesses working together an advantage. In order for your small business certification to actually count, it has to be in play at the time your bid is submitted. So if you are a small business and you subcontract out to another small business, you'll receive the maximum amount of points on our project. From the city of Houston, a couple of years ago, we expanded our certifications. Now we take the M, the W, the S, the P, and the DBE. And from the SBA, we only take the 8A program. So if you're thinking about bidding on some of our projects, I encourage you to get certified. It'll give you more points in the long run. Okay, next one. All right, this is a look at the procurement in the Small Business Development Program. Every year in March, we hold an expo. This year, we did it virtually. This is our 6th year going. We had our Vice Chancellor speak. We had Mario Ellie come out. We had a presentation by one of our directors, and we had 290 people online. The MBDA participated in that, and then we thank them for their participation. But we continue to do this in an effort to give the vendors an opportunity to come in and meet the procurement team, as well as meet some of the other individuals at HCC that are involved in the procurement process. The next one. All right, and lastly, we're gearing up for our district seminars on July 20th. We are going to have District 5 seminar. We're going to have it at West Loop. Adam Miller is going to be our presenter. He's going to talk about risk management and insurance, whether that's workers' comp, new insurance requirements that you may need for your business because of COVID, with people getting hurt at home. and cybersecurity insurance. This is going to be a virtual and in-person seminar. So we're going to look to have about 25 people in person that we're going to randomly select. We would love for you to be there. So when you see the flyer come out, please register for it. And if you hear from me asking if you'd love to participate in person, we would love to hear from you and we'd love to see you. So with that being said, I will take any questions.
Okay, well, this is the first. Joseph answered the first question, so thank you, Joseph, for doing that. Our next question is, do you have to be a Houston-based firm to get consideration for your bids, or is your criteria SB, MBE, WOSB, etc.?
As far as the certification, they're going to certify you here locally. We use those local agencies, but the SBA 8A program will give you a wider reach. If you're not here locally, you can look into the 8A program. Aside from that, if you're in the South Texas regional area, you could try to get certified through SCTRCA or the City of Austin. Certification is not required to bid on our projects or do business with us. We just have a goal on our contracts and a program through the college where we encourage and support the use of our local small businesses. So if you can get certified in your region or your area, I suggest that you do. But you can also do business with HCC without being certified.
Our next question is the procurement plan regularly updated throughout the year?
It is. It's a fluid document that's updated throughout the year.
Brand Rebirth sells promotional products, and I saw that the bid focus was in February. Are there still opportunities?
Well, lucky you. So now we have a new buyer that's going to be managing that, and that project is coming up here real soon. If you want to send me an email, I can make sure that we get you over to that buyer. Go online and fill out the vendor application. The commodity code for promotional products is tricky. I think you have to look under gadgets or keychains or something like that. But send me your information and I'll make sure the buyer gets it. That project's going to be released here real soon.
Here's a question. I think, Jessica, maybe we can answer that. How can I connect with the Entrepreneurship Center from a training and development standpoint? So, Tanika, we'll send you information about that. The Houston MBDA Business Center will. So while here's it. Are there opportunities in the administrative area that can be done at the contractor's facility out of state?
Are there opportunities that can be done at the contractor's facility? I mean, aside from not like manufacturing or anything like that, or any type of specific opportunities?
I think what she's getting at is that she's an out-of-state potential vendor, and she'd like to perform some work there rather than being in-state or locally.
As long as you're responsive and responsible and you can get the work done, that's all that HCC is looking for. Depending on what type of solicitation is, that's how we award it. If it's an ITB and you meet you're responsive and you're responsible and you meet the requirements of the solicitation, we would make that award to you. If it's an RFP and we're awarding it under different variables, we would make that award to you. You can definitely be out of state and do business with HCC.
Oh, someone is asking for your email address, Veronica. Should we just give it over the phone, or Jessica, do you want to just provide that in the as an answer? Yeah, okay, she's going to do that. If we are a WMSBE LED distributor, but our installer isn't certified yet, do we still count as set-aside business, or do we have to pair with certified installer?
It doesn't sound like the certification they have is one that we recognize. So they would need to pair with somebody to get the points for that. And the certification is for your business. It's not for any type of equipment that she's installing, for any type of light or anything like that. But she would need to be certified by somebody we take. And that didn't sound like one that we take. A WOSB, that doesn't sound like one that we take. We take the WBE from the city of Houston. But in order to work on a project and get points for small business, she would need to subcontract out. Or she could go at it alone if she doesn't have a certification we recognize and get no points for it. Or in a non-competitive situation, because now I'm talking about competitive situations, in a non-competitive quote situation, it's going to be low bid base. Anything under $50,000 we put out for quotes. So again, it's going to benefit you to get in our system and register as a vendor so that you get those emails about those quotes, those low dollar purchases.
Does HCC have a yearly plan for purchases, commodities, and services? If yes, where does a vendor get access to it?
Well, we have a contract roster that we have internally that we utilize, and then we have the procurement plan that's listed on the website. We also have an archive bids tab if anybody's interested in going on the website. If something is coming up, a long-term contract is coming up, they can go on our website and look at the archive bids tab. There's bids, I think, that go way back to maybe 2015, 2016. You can look and see who was awarded, what the price was, and I think you can see the contract documents back there as well.
Here's a question from Mike Gonzalez. Just curious if you found Imprimis Construction Incorporated as a registered vendor.
Probably not. Probably not. We had a list of almost 100 people that I received from Jessica last week, and under 15 people were registered. Under 15 people. Probably not. Don't be fooled because you get emails from HCC about these types of events. If you don't get emails about bid opportunities, you're not on our bid list.
My company is certified by Metro. Are there commercial cleaning, janitorial, sanitizing, and disinfecting services opportunities for vendors? I also have completed the vendor application. How long is the application process?
The application is processed automatically through HCC as a vendor. And there are always cleaning opportunities at HCC. I'd have to look closer to see if we're in a long-term agreement with the custodial. Okay, Joe is shaking his head yes. So we're in a long-term agreement for the custodial services, but still campuses pop up, things change, we go out for bid. You'll still want to make sure that you select the code for custodial, janitorial, facilities, maintenance, select all of those codes. So when we put out the procurement, you'll receive that email. But your application is approved immediately, and it's only good for 2 years. And once you drop off, you drop off.
Yeah, so
and we're looking at a new system as well. I'm sorry, Joe. We're looking at a new system as well. So make sure you get your vendor application in. So that way, when the new system rolls out, you'll get the email about that. But go ahead, Joe.
So just to clarify, we are in a long-term contract with janitorial services. However, with the COVID situation, we have reached out to several companies on sanitation, commercial cleaning type activities. So there is opportunity.
We are a WBE, MBE, SBE certified vendor with City of Houston, but our subcontractor is not. Do we need to find a certified subcontractor?
Well, if you want to get the points for subcontracting, you do. Or maybe you think about moving them to doing something else and pulling on somebody else that's certified. But you won't get points for using somebody that's not certified. But what you can do for clarification on the points, if you still want to have them work on your project, but they're not certified, they can work on the project, but you can't allocate anything to them where you would think you're going to get some points. That 25% or whatever amount of the subcontracting participation has to be allocated to a certified small business. Now, they should look to get certified at Metro. Metro can certify vendors in 2 weeks. So they should probably think about doing something like that. If you're going to continue working with them, because it almost doesn't benefit you to bring them along unless you have, another small business that you could subcontract out to, because you're going to lose the points.
Metro es muy rápido. So here's another request to have subsequent seminars like this offered via online too. It's very convenient and keeps our employees safe. So we're getting props. We are a move consulting services company, and we find that many times our potential clients sending out RFPs are unaware that this is a service that will benefit greatly during transitional periods at campuses. How do you suggest we go about letting HCC know about our services, even if there's no specific RFP out for them?
What type of service did you say it was?
It's a move consulting service.
Oh, I thought I saw we had something coming up for relocation, moving and relocation services on the presentation. If you said move, M-O-V-E, I believe we have something coming up. It's on the procurement plan for move and relocation services. So you'll definitely want to go in and on the vendor application, put in a business description. It does not have to make sense. It's a keyword search, but you'll want to put those keywords in, but you'll want to fill out a vendor application because we currently have a contract in place for that, but we're getting ready to solicit again for that. It's on the plan and it's coming up.
I completed the vendor application last week, but I have not received a notice of approval. What do I need to do?
You may want to go, it should have kicked you back an email saying you didn't sign it. You have to go all the way on that last page and check the box where you would actually sign it, and then it'll be approved. If they log back in, they'll probably see it's still incomplete.
Okay.
I didn't see any I haven't seen any more incompletes, but they may want to just log in and make sure they sign the bottom because it'll approve it immediately.
So while we wait for any more questions to roll in, what in your estimation separates a successful vendor from one who struggles?
No, you didn't tell me you're going to ask all these questions.
Well, I think Joe could field that, couldn't you?
You want to, Joe, or you want me to? It doesn't matter.
You're muted, Joe.
I was trying to find my screen. It disappeared on me when I went to hit unmute. So what was the question again? Oh, the difficulty. What I see is, so I guess from my personal experience and what I've seen is that generally when folks respond in the RFPs, they don't specifically answer the questions that we ask, and they're eliminated in the evaluation process. So I would be very focused on how you respond, take the time and respond correctly to the questions we're asking. That's the biggest thing I see.
Okay.
And you want to add it, feel free, Veronica.
Yeah, and make sure the person that you are working with is certified or not certified, and make sure you understand the payment terms. We engage with some suppliers on Monday, and Monday afternoon they're calling ready to get paid, and it doesn't work that fast. So make sure you understand the payment terms and fill out the forms legibly, because we have to go back a lot and get you to complete the forms, and that's a courtesy that we do. Really, I mean, to be responsive and responsible, you need to fill out the forms in their entirety and return them.
With that, we have exhausted our questions. So I think we should give everybody a half hour back and thank HCC Procurement for a wonderful presentation and enlightening us about the opportunities with HCC. Any final thoughts, Veronica or Joe?
No, just please take advantage of the vendor registration, as redundant as it is. That's the only way we can keep in contact with you. And sign up on our constant contact, because we're going to start using that distribution method for our seminars and presentations and things that we're doing. And get certified. Let us know how we can help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.